Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thailand, specifically the tourism industry. And a lot of folks have been asking me past couple of months, does Thailand just not care about Western tourists anymore? I don't think that that's a fair assessment. I don't even think it's a particularly fair question. But the fact of the matter is the demography of tourists has changed fundamentally. And in certain cases, if you look at it from a certain angle, it's changed really, really quickly. So what I mean to say is, whereas at one time Western tourists made up a large proportion of the sort of high-end tourists that Thailand really, really liked, and believe me, Thailand, sort of in an institutional level, does want tourism of all types, so long as tourists, abide by the laws and they come to Thailand. And I mean, obviously, spending money is a good thing, and pay their taxes while they're here, have a good time and leave. That's great. Thailand really wants to encourage that. But I have seen a lot of Westerners asking themselves, do they just not really care about us anymore? I don't think that's fair. The demographics have simply shifted. China, it's my understanding now, accounts for over 30 million in tourists coming into Thailand in any given year. Whereas, for example, the United States comes to less than a percentage point if you're looking at it. I believe the UK is like maybe 3% of overall tourism. India has been, the number of Indian tourists has been climbing substantially. And in the wake of the recent trade wars and things, and some of the fallout associated with the appreciating baht, etc., we have seen a rather marked decline in tourism here in the kingdom. And that marked decline has primarily come from Chinese tourists, and their absence is being felt, for lack of a better term. So while I do not believe there's any hostility or anything towards the Western tourists, I think Western tourists could most accurately be described more and more as more of a niche sort of tourist, kind of akin maybe even to, in the past, sort of certain types of Japanese tourists and Korean tourists were sort of viewed as sort of a niche tourist. Chinese tourists, not too long ago, just a couple of years ago, were viewed as sort of almost a niche tourist. Now, in many ways, the Western tourist is much more the niche tourist. And for that reason, Thailand's priorities have shifted somewhat, and they definitely are going to try to be accommodating to the larger volume of tourists. Now, how that plays out long term remains to be seen. But again, the thing to take away from this video, this is not hostility. It's simply a reflection of the circumstances as they stand. And I think it's safe to presume we're going to see high numbers of Chinese and Indian tourists especially into the foreseeable future. And for that reason, Thailand is going to react in an accommodative way in order to be hospitable toward those tourists as they are coming in such a high volume. We hope you found this video insightful. For those of you who are interested, we're trying to make videos to provide up-to-date information as soon as this information comes out. And for that reason, it may be a good idea to go ahead and click the bell button, the bell icon below, to go ahead and be updated as these videos come out, as you can go ahead and be apprised of the legal situation as it evolves.